Welcome back, friends, to another episode. In this episode, we make a stop at the International UFO Museum in Roswell and then head west to climb some sand dunes in White Sands National Park.
Let us abduct you just briefly. We'll take you along.
As you'll recall from last episode, we got a new set of tires and we're off from Carlsbad about 9 a.m. This is a big drive day. We do about 200 miles. We couldn't really decide whether we do Roswell or White Sands, and so we did both. So 200 miles on our way, and we kick it off with the UFO Center of the Universe, Roswell, New Mexico.
So we stopped first and grabbed a coffee at the only UFO-shaped McDonald's in the world, and then on up to the museum. So this museum's focus is the 1947 UFO crash landing that occurred nearby, the initial discovery of the crash site, and then the subsequent cover-up by the government of the events that took place there. And this was really well presented with interview excerpts with key players, day-to-day sort of follow-up of the government response and the cover-up. And then it also got into some great artwork and some great exhibits on the role of UFOs and aliens in pop culture, in film and in television especially. And that part made us really both want to go back and rewatch the X-Files, so that's on our list.
After completing this educational visit, we're off to White Sands National Park with a stopover at the largest pistachio. So add that to our list. We have another big things and another stamp in my passport book.
We got to White Sands in time for a ranger-guided sunset tour, which was very popular. There was quite a crowd. One of the interesting facts about White Sands is the sand is actually gypsum, so the same stuff that drywall is made out of, so that makes it kind of unique. And the ranger also told us all about some of the unique animals and plants that are able to survive in this desert environment. So a really fun tour, and then we stuck around for some nice sunset shots as well.
So that was a bit of a quick episode. That was all in one day. So I think we have time to dive into our book, Would You Rather, and come up with another question.
So thanks for all your questions to date in the YouTube comments. We enjoy learning about your preferences and your interests. We know that Ginger would prefer to choose her adventure for the day over choosing her accommodation. We learned that Steve, his fantasy casket would be a canister for 35mm film, which I thought was a great choice. It reflects his interests, but also would be very practical. You could just roll him into the hole. You wouldn't. Yeah. Anyhow, what's this time's question?
This question is, would you rather spend your vacation in a tiny house or an RV?
That's a tough one for me because I love tiny houses. I love seeing how they're designed. I like the RV as well. We're doing pretty well. We're 2 months in. That's going all right too. What's your pick?
For me, I think it's definitely the RV, just because I get bored with similar places. I like that you can travel and go all over the RV. You can park it anywhere. So for me, it's definitely the RV.
We talked about this a bit. Sort of the only maybe downside to the RV. It's like a tiny house on wheels, but you do have to figure out things like if the plumbing, you have to empty the tanks, or if something goes wrong with your electrical, whether it's the automotive, whether it's in the house. So there's a little bit of overhead there, but I think we get used to that. And I think generally I'm with you. I like heading off to new places and seeing new things. So we'll throw it to you folks. Which would you prefer? Could you repeat the question again for us?
Yes. Would you rather spend your vacation in a tiny house or an RV?
Excellent. We look forward to your responses in the comments below. That just about wraps it up for this episode. I'll ask my usual question to you. Where are we headed next time?
Next up, we continue in New Mexico for lots of food, folk art, and we see Craig climb through a clothes dryer into another dimension.
You don't have to climb through any appliances though. You just have to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you there. That pretty much wraps up our episode, but we always ask at the tail end of things, where are we headed next?
Next up? I forget. Where are we going next?